they've got dark numbers, so this one's going to be easy.
Yeah, well, there's just nobody with a goalie stick.
I do see a goalie stick on their bench.
Yeah. Ground. All right, here we go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bella Vista High School Stadium, Fair Oaks, California, as we bring you another Bella Vista Lacrosse matchup here on the Bella Vista, the BV Lacrosse channel on YouTube. We're glad to have you along on this very windy Monday evening. It's the Bella Vista Broncos taking on the Zebras of Lincoln High School of Lincoln. And we have to make that designation because there's a Lincoln High School in Stockton as well. So good evening, welcome. We're glad to have you along with David Houseworth and Dan Posehn. I'm George Tharlson, ready to go. Bella Vista, they varsity-wise, they kind of hung with Roseville for I guess a quarter and a half to start, and then maybe just kind of ran out of gas and lost to Roseville, and then lose a heartbreaker on Friday afternoon in the last minute of play, playing over at Rio Americano High School. So, David, you were here on Thursday. You witnessed what happened with Roseville, and just how the Tigers just seemed to kind of take control midway through that second quarter.
Yeah, they sure did. They like you were saying, it was even for the first quarter, I guess it was, and then BV failed to clear quite often, and that was a big part of not having enough possessions. And Roseville had some pretty good talented stick skills on about 3 of the guys or so, and they made a difference.
And tonight, by the way, Lincoln does not have a JV team. So the Bella Vista JV roster is going to be part of the varsity roster. Now, the varsity players will see most of the playing time, but the JV rosters get to play tonight. And Dan, this is a great opportunity for some of these guys once they get in to take on a varsity level team.
It really is. It really is. It kind of bleeds them up to what they're going to face next year as they progress into that varsity arena. See what the level of play is, the speed. So it'll be a good opportunity for them to grow tonight.
For the Lincoln Zebras, they're coming off just their second win of the season. It was an 8-4 win over the aforementioned Lincoln of Stockton. That was one of those games where going in you could say, well, we know one thing, Lincoln's going to win this one. So that was their most recent game. They also beat West Park of Roseville 13-12 earlier in the season. So those are their 2 wins. For Lincoln, the leading scorer is Sean Cotton. He's one of those guys, you'll see him, hopefully with this being a daylight game, we might be able to get a good look at the numbers on Lincoln. They're kind of dark. But that's number 99 to be watching out for there, Sean Cotton. 15 goals on the year, the only player on the team with double-digit goals. Also for Lincoln, some of the scores, they suffice it to say they've kind of had a rough season as we look at the scores. The wins that they've had, it was 8-4 over Lincoln of Stockton last week. It was 13-12 over West Park, but their losses really have not really been that close. So that, again, it's been kind of a rough year for them. They would like nothing better than to come in here to Bella Vista, obviously, and pull out a win. For Bella Vista, of course, they're in the stretch this week, 3 games, final 3 games of the regular season, and so they obviously want a good showing as well. Expectations for tonight from you guys?
Well, I think my expectation is, Bella Vista's coming in with a slight advantage just strictly by numbers, right? Having those extra subs to come in, fresh legs on the field. Lincoln looks like they're struggling with the numbers a little bit, so they'll be playing, Iron Man lacrosse back and forth the entire game.
Yeah, Dan's right. BV's got the body count, definitely. But I will tell you one thing about Lincoln is they've got the body size. If they want to impose their will on the BV team, they can. They'll be able to. We'll just have to see if they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing, Lincoln's been outscored 98-36. So, yes, they've struggled. Now, BV, though, has been outscored 168-94. So, but I suspect BV, it just feels like BV's going to have a little bit more talent and going to be able to impose that. And especially watching them warm up here, BV's just got a little bit more organization, a little bit more lacrosse action going on in their warm-ups as opposed to Lincoln.
Bella Vista coming into the game tonight, 3-10 overall, 1-4 in the Delta League. And the last game was on Friday afternoon at Rio Americano. Again, it was a game-winning goal for the Raiders of Rio Americano in the final minute of play. That was after Bella Vista had a 4-goal lead in that fourth quarter, allowed Rio Americano to come back, tie the game, and then there was like an exchange of goals that got us to the 12-12 point in the final moments. In fact, it was 12-10 Bella Vista at one point. 2 quick goals tied it up, and then that game winner in the final minute of play. And so, Dan, I wanted to ask you, how do you bounce back from something like that? Bella Vista has had 2 last-minute losses. They've also had 2 overtime wins this year.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of, letting it go, just, focusing on this game, getting past, the disappointment of losing a close game, especially one that you led most of the game. But that happens in lacrosse. It's a fast game. Anything can happen right off the start. Once face-off takes off, the guy can go down and score in a moment's notice. So, just let that game go, focus on this game, and then just perform.
And that is one of the interesting things, David, about lacrosse is compared to other goal-scoring games like soccer and hockey. You can get those goals like within 30 seconds of each other a lot more frequently than maybe you would see in some of those other sports.
30 seconds or less. If you take a face-off, we saw one last week. Roseville took a face-off, drove it down, and the face-off man scored. Yeah. Just in seconds. And so, they say it's a game of runs, and so you can put up 3 and 4 goals in a row. So if you get yourself 3 or 4 goals down, that's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
You can come back. There's nothing to worry about. And so, same thing of coming back from games that didn't go your way. Those are gone. Play this one. Get better than you were last week.
So an interesting moment in the game on Friday, and this was with about 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Mateo Polanco of Bella Vista appeared to have scored a goal. There was a lot of folks from where we were when we were filming the game that were Bella Vista supporters that were absolutely convinced that the ball went in the net. The replay shows it ricochet off the crossbar and down. It's not conclusive as to whether the net moved or the ball crossed or anything like that. If you look at Polanco's reaction, he's like jumping up and down and pointing at the goal and wanting to know why it wasn't a goal. So so a bit of controversy in that. And so I asked you earlier, Dan, about bouncing back from the last minute loss. Obviously you don't want to blame the refs for a loss or anything like that. Of course, there were plenty of opportunities for Bella Vista to win that game. But a circumstance like that, how do you handle something like that?
Well, yeah, it's all independent. It depends on the individual player and their maturity. I mean, yeah, you're going to get calls that are not going to go your way, and vice versa, calls that will go your way. It was unfortunate if it did bounce off that top post or top bar, come straight down. It's hard to read sometimes. I mean, the goal's set up right up on the white line. The ball's white. Sometimes that gets missed, and it's unfortunate. But, some of these players have been playing for many, many years. They have that, that game maturity that they can just move past it, get on to the next play, try to score another one.
And they've probably experienced that before, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
They thought it went in, but the decision was that it didn't. Mateo Polanco on Friday had his third 5-goal game of the season. He's at 30 goals and 36 points. He leads the team in both categories for Bella Vista. We mentioned also that that we will see JV players play in this game tonight, as they've all been called up to varsity because there is no JV game this evening. And so the leading scorer for the JV team is Caden Hoop. He also has 30 goals this season at the JV level. So should be an interesting opportunity, as we mentioned, for the JV players tonight. Now, they had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago against Davis during spring break. Also, there was no JV game, and so the JV players got to play in the varsity game. Well, we are right at 5:30. This is the time where the game was supposed to begin. There's still 13 minutes on the countdown clock. And guys, you had some observations before we came on about Lincoln and whether the goalie was here or not. But my hope is that either he is or they've got someone that can that play the spot.
Yeah, nobody's dressed for goalie. The refs were just over there talking with the Lincoln coach. I think they're talking about what to do or waiting for that guy to get here. We'll find out in a little bit, but also, if there's no goalie, BV can give him one, and we play anyway. It's probably a non-league game or it's a forfeit probably. I guess if you got to give a guy.
Yeah.
But let's get we got all the guys here. Let's play a game. So we'll see.
We've got Bella Vista was in that situation in the varsity game against St. Mary's a couple of weeks ago, where Lucian Weimer got hurt, and instead they wound up putting Joe Thomas in goal. So it could be a circumstance there as well. So it looks like we're holding the start of the game here. Just to make sure that we have everybody, and of course, there's no JV game tonight. This is the time where the JV game would have started. The varsity game would, under a normal circumstance, be played at 7 o'clock. So maybe they know that he's on his way, and we should be able to get some action going as well. But you're right, with the JV call-ups tonight, Bella Vista has 3 goalies on the roster. So I suppose it's possible that they could loan one if that is absolutely necessary. But you're absolutely right. As we look at the warm-ups that are going on right now, they do not have anyone in goal right now. So that might be what it is that we are looking for. The regular season. Oh, go ahead.
I think if BV were going to loan a goalie, it would have already been done.
Okay.
So I mean, if BV's got him, and if Lincoln knew they needed it, they would have gone to BV and said, give us one. Yeah. We need one. Let's go. And since that's not been done, that's probably not what's going to happen.
So either they have someone else that can step into the role, and really, if you've only got one goalie on the roster, and that's what it looks like with Lincoln, if you've only got one goalie on the roster, you got to have somebody that can step in on that emergency basis, because anybody could get hurt at any particular time, as we saw against St. Mary's.
Of course, if they were going to do that, he'd be dressing now, and there's nobody dressing up, nobody gearing up to be goalie right now, so that's not happening either.
So that tells me that either they don't want to borrow, they don't want to put anyone else in goal, and after coming out here for all of this, that if the person's not going to show, that I guess they'd wind up having to forfeit, which would be unfortunate.
No, they'd call it a forfeit, and everybody out here. I mean, our coach and all our BV guys would go, "We got a goalie, take him, let's play."
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Let's spend an hour playing, right? The Lincoln goalie's probably just stuck in traffic on 65.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good possibility. We mentioned that that this is the final week of the regular season for Bella Vista. Lincoln actually has games scheduled for next week. They'll be playing Nevada Union on the road on Wednesday, and then Oakmont at home next Friday to close out their regular season. In talking with Coach Paul Sanfilippo, then after that, the playoffs begin, and everybody is going to qualify for the playoffs. So there will be playoff games for Bella Vista. I'm presuming, given the record of the Bella Vista Broncos, that those playoff games will be on the road. But if there is an opportunity to gather back here for some playoff action, we should look into the possibility of doing that if we do get a home game here for Bella Vista. But I guess we will find out once everybody completes their seasons how the pairings will happen, what the schedule will be, and where we go from here. This Friday night is senior night here at Bella Vista against Christian Brothers. So all the seniors on the Bella Vista roster will be recognized before the varsity game. There will be, of course, a JV game against Christian Brothers as well. That is also our next live stream. So as far as that goes, we'll be on right around the same time that we came on, hopefully not with any lengthy delay like what we are experiencing right now. And then, of course, the varsity game will follow at 7 o'clock with the Senior Day festivities happening in between the two games. So that's all on Friday night. Bella Vista will be heading down to Stockton on Wednesday for JV and varsity games and rematches against St. Mary's. And so make sure after that's all said and done to check out the Bella Vista Lacrosse page maybe on Thursday morning, and the videos for those games will be posted on the Bella Vista Lacrosse page. So right now we're still kind of in a holding pattern as we wait for this game to get underway. Both teams still warming up as we take a look out on the field, and some other folks are at midfield also kind of enjoying the opportunity of being able to be out there and tossing the lacrosse ball around as well. David, you were mentioning earlier that you seem to think that or that Lincoln does have the size advantage, and so they're with less numbers to put on the field tonight. They would probably engage in more of a physical style to try and set the tone, I suppose.
They should. I mean, if I were running those guys, they're bigger. They're bigger than the BV guys. Now I don't know that Lincoln knows that. I haven't seen anybody at Lincoln watching BV warm up, which you really ought to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm looking at the D pools for Lincoln, and yeah, they definitely have the size advantage there on the defense.
And then midi 99. Cotton, right?
Cotton,
yes, Sean Cotton, yes.
I mean, he's pretty big. He shoots okay, but if he really wants, he's a freight train. If he really wants to get in there, who's going to stop him?
No, right, just bowl right in.
The BV guys don't match for size, and so now can he? They can stick check and they can body him up a little bit, but are they going to be able to stop him? We'll find out. But again, if Lincoln wants to, they can beat up BV and make some difference there.
Well, we shall see what happens as far as that goes. We mentioned Sean Cotton is their leading scorer, 15 goals on the year, but at the same time, you look at the leading scorers for Bella Vista, not the least of which, of course, is Mateo Polanco with his 30 goals. Joe Thomas has 15 on the season. Carlo Gamboni with 17. Matthew Bunny has 16. So again, it appears to me as we look at the Lincoln roster and we look at the statistics that they have, they've got one guy that they're going to look for. Well, Bella Vista can kind of distribute the wealth a little bit as far as who they're going to look to. To score. So I guess maybe to avoid all of that, controlling possession could be a major key for Bella Vista, and that has been a problem the last couple of games, being able to keep that possession going. And so if they want to avoid having Cotton run roughshod over them like you talk about, maybe controlling possession on the offensive end could be another approach or a better approach for Bella Vista this evening.
That would be real important too. But I think if BV wanted to play physically as well, I wonder. Here comes a couple Lincoln guys jogging onto the field. If BV wants to play a physical game too, I wonder if that can really shut down the Lincoln offense. The stick skill ability that during Lincoln's warm up here is not high. And so they beat them up a little bit, and Lincoln may not be able to control the ball.
It's like a couple of additional players have arrived, and so we will see what happens here. And so that again, that's why I'm presuming this is why they didn't need to trade a goalie for the game tonight. It looks to me like maybe that person has now arrived, and they knew that he would arrive. But again, as you mentioned, David, 65 can be a little difficult to deal with this time of the afternoon.
Those two guys weren't carrying sticks when they came onto the field, just bags.
Well, maybe
goalie sticks. Goalie stick's already here.
Yeah,
there is a goalie stick here, so stick could be inside, but nobody does that.
Yeah, nobody shows up without a stick. You mean?
Nobody carries their stick in the bag.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So we're watching the Lincoln players don the padding, and hopefully this means that we'll be getting ready to play before too long. And again, if this is the goalie, then they're going to need to get in goal and take a few shots before we get started. So the countdown clock says 3 minutes and 30 seconds before we get started. I suppose that we could add a little bit to that if it's absolutely necessary for some additional warm-up. So again, coming into the game, Bella Vista 3-10, 1-4 in league play, and the Zebras of Lincoln, they are 2-6, 2-2 in league play. If you are just joining us, it is varsity only tonight. So for the Bella Vista Broncos, the entire JV team has been called up to suit up for this game. The process is to get the kids some playing time, but mainly the varsity players will see most of the action. And David, I saw your hand signals, and I think you mentioned that you noticed that River Kinley was walking over to the Lincoln bench.
He was, but he was just chasing a ball.
Oh, okay. It just so happens that that's one of the goals for Bella Vista.
Chasing an errant pass. He and the defenseman there are passing the ball, and 2-5 missed the pass a little while ago.
So I'm looking down at the Lincoln bench right now. Yes. Do those look like goalie pads that this guy's putting on?
Well, no, and it's also 7. They're not. It's not the goalie's number that's dressing right now.
Oh, okay.
7 is putting his pads on. Those are regular pads, and then that's 6 sitting down over there behind him.
Okay, and we're looking for 9.
I think 6 came in with the long stick, I thought earlier.
Well, that's what I thought as well, or 5 actually.
Or he's got his jersey upside down. So, yeah, still no goalie for Lincoln.
Okay, well, as we look at that, as we look at the players, number 7, by the way, is Orion Hawley, who has just dressed, and there is no 6, so it may have been 5. Michael Dallas, and then I also saw down on the sideline there, number 15 is John McCarty, and so we are waiting to see if maybe somebody else suits up in goal for Lincoln, or if we're still waiting on the goalie. Is 1:20 to go in the on the countdown clock before we get started. So when we started, we didn't actually think there was going to be this long of a delay, but turns out that that there has been, and so we are waiting to see what is going to transpire here.
It won't be imminent. Won't be imminent. They haven't called the captains yet.
Correct. You are correct about that. And Bella Vista has gone back over to the sideline and are looking at, or are just kind of trying to stay loose as best they can here on this rather windy, chilly Monday evening here in Fair Oaks, California, as we await the start of this game. So we just some other notes about Bella Vista. I checked with Coach Sanfilippo before the game today, and just kind of gave him my stock question about everybody healthy, full roster tonight, and the answer was yes. Joe Thomas missed the game on Friday due to an injury. And just needed a little extra time to let. Believe it was his knee that they were discussing, and it looks like the goalie has arrived now for Lincoln, and so he will get suited up, and we should be able to play here before too long. So, but Joe Thomas is back in uniform tonight for the Broncos, and again a full varsity roster and a full JV roster and a very full bench for the Bella Vista Broncos in this game. The goalie, by the way, is Rex Watts. He wears number 9. And he's faced more than 170 shots on goal this year. Has a .491 save percentage, and the average and probably not as a surprise as we talked about the scoring differential earlier in our pregame coverage. He's been allowing on average about 12 goals per game. So we'll see if that continues this evening. Let me ask you this. I'll start with you, David. Player just arrived. Obviously, they need to get him some time in goal to get warmed up. That's critical. But obviously, there's that anxiety that might come with running late, getting to the game. Could that affect the player in any way to get started, or to once we get started?
Yeah, it will. He gets a little warm-up time, but we got to get the game going too. So it's his warm-up time is going to be short, and he's just going to have to do what he's got to do. Just FYI too, he's wearing number 21.
Okay, so number 21 is Beck Van Stralen normally, so I am presuming that that might be who is playing goal.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. He's getting out of his Birkenstocks and into his gold soles, and but he is putting on goalie pads, so he's going to be the one. Let's see if he's got a throat protector on his helmet. If he's the goalie sub, he's going to have to get a throat protector on there. That'll take a while to do, or they'll use the other goalie's helmet. But the refs will make him do that because it's required equipment,
Right,
and he should
right.
have it.
And there will be an equipment check. So it looks like the starting goalie tonight for Lincoln is Beck Van Stralen, and he is on the sideline getting his gear all taken care of, and we should be getting this game underway. So he's going to be jogging onto the field and stepping in front of the goal. And presumably some of his teammates will start taking some shots at him, so that they can get started. Now I don't know and now we're seeing another player arriving late. The other thing about this was, and obviously we knew from the get-go that Lincoln doesn't have a JV team, but I do believe this game was initially listed as a 7 o'clock start, and so there may have been some kind of a miscommunication about the start time for this game, and so I don't want to hang this all on Lincoln as far as why we're not starting on time, but there is I suppose that there is a possibility of some miscommunication as a result of the start time for the game.
Yeah, I mean, varsity games are at 7. Why isn't this game at 7?
Yeah, I don't know why they pushed it up.
Yeah, it's just odd to change the time, but it is what it is. We should get started before too long. You mentioned Van Stralen being the guy in the goal. He's their number 2 goal scorer, so he's likely a decent athlete, and that's who they got to go to back up.
And I know that when Davis came here during spring break in a varsity-only game, that game got moved up to 5:30 as well. And then there was supposed to be a game with Lincoln of Stockton earlier this year that got canceled and not rescheduled due to the weather. And that was going to be varsity only, and that was also going to be a 5:30 game. So we are just about ready to get things underway. We are going to pause right now for our national anthem. All right, we are just moments away from getting started here at Bella Vista High School. Boys varsity lacrosse, varsity only this evening. 12 minutes up on the clock, 4 12-minute quarters in high school lacrosse, and we'll get ready to battle this one out. Beck Van Stralen gets the start in goal for the Lincoln Zebras. Lucian Weimer will get the call for the Bella Vista Broncos. And again, full roster with both the JV and the varsity squad suiting up for this game for Bella Vista. We expect the varsity players to see most of the playing time this evening. So the national anthem, as you just heard, is completed. The teams are going to meet out at midfield with the referees, and we'll be getting this one underway here before in just the next couple of minutes. Does the long delay really have an effect on the players?
I don't think so. I think both teams were continually warming up, so they should be good to go right from the start. I don't think there was much of a delay where there was too much of a cool down period for either one of the squads. I just hope to see maybe Rex come in a little bit later in the game, because I would like to see the Zebras have Beck on the field, being that their number 2 scorer is now in goal. Like to see that guy get out there and play some in the midfield.
Of course, we got to be a little careful with the Zebras reference, because referees are often called Zebras.
Right.
Now the team is the Zebras, and so.
So we will be calling when we refer to the Zebras, that it's going to be Lincoln, because we'll refer to the referees as the officials, the referees, or the refs. So captains are meeting at midfield.
Just turn mine down, please. Now the teams.
Now the teams are coming out, and they are getting ready to. This is the ceremonial gathering, and we'll see the 2 goalies sprint to their respective goals here in just a few moments, and then we will get this one underway. So we're glad to have you along. Thank you for joining us for our extended pregame show this evening, and so the starters are gathered out at midfield right now with the referees. I see what looks like 7, 8 subs for Lincoln, maybe 9. And it looks like Rex Watts has arrived, number 9 in goal,
yes,
and he is getting his stretches. Beck Van Stralen is still going to get the start, and I would imagine that Rex at some point will get into the game. Maybe they'll give Van Stralen the first quarter, or maybe this was by design tonight, and that Watts is going to play. But it sure looks like he's got goalie pads on. So we're ready to get underway here at Bella Vista High School. Ellsworth will take the face-off for the Broncos as we await the whistle. And we are underway here at Bella Vista. And the Broncos take early possession. That's Ellsworth who will bring it in. Here's Polanco, the leading scorer. Immediately a shot on goal. And that one goes wide, and Bella Vista will retain possession.
Shoot that straight over, it goes in the goal. The sidearms miss. They're harder to be accurate. Straight over, goes in the goal.
Here's Polanco. Looking for his opportunity once again. Tries to weave through a defender. Has the ball jarred loose. Some good defense there by the Zebras. Ellsworth will bring it back out. There's Guerra. Here is Gamboni. Not really a stressful drop there, as he's able to pick that one back up. Polanco from the X. He finds Bunny. Bunny will work his way around. And this pass will go wide. Guerra is able to control it now for the Broncos. So very methodical right now. Looks like they're just trying to get things set up.
Yeah, still early in the game. Take your time, get settled, find the right pass for a shot.
And the first shot is a save for Van Stralen.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Here is a long pass that is going to come out toward midfield. Here come the Zebras.
That's their guy.
That's Cotton. Can't find a teammate. And BV controls once again. That is Hayes Reed, who had a little trouble with it, and it's controlled once again by the Zebras. So that's McCarty. He'll swing it wide to the left. There's a shot on goal, and that one goes wide. And actually, that's Chase Jones that's getting the call in goal to get things started. 3 goalies on the roster tonight for Bella Vista, and I would presume that all are going to get a chance to play.
That shot from 15 yards is pretty easy to save.
Yeah, not a lot of velocity when it gets to the net.
Well, and the goalie has a long time to zero in on it.
Here's Cotton. He'll send it over to the right side. And a swing move by Cotton. The ball is loose. Here come the Broncos. This is Morris.
They got 2-on-1. They got a 2-on-1 right there.
Here's Bunny.
2-on-1. There it is.
Bunny, Gamboni. He's got Polanco in place. Gamboni's going to bring it back around. Collides. Right out in front. Whiffs on the shot. The ball comes loose.
See that body defense?
Yeah.
If the Lincoln Zebras want to impose their will, they just did right there. They can keep doing that.
Zebras will take possession. Up the left side. Little physical activity there as they'll bring it back out. Here's Cotton.
Good matchup for him.
Hippity hop move. He'll take a shot on goal and scores.
You see, he was much bigger than his defender.
Yeah.
Number 99.
If he's paying attention and he sees that, anytime that happens, he should take that.
And the smaller man down on crease, he can come right over the top of him.
BV's got to recognize that, and you know, it's going to happen. You're going to get a smaller guy on him on occasion. That's fine, but it just means we're going to need to be quicker. BV's going to need to be quicker to slide.
So Bella Vista really has controlled the possession so far in this first quarter, but it's the first goal of the game goes to Lincoln. That's Sean Cotton's 16th goal of the season. Tebow taking the face-off for Bella Vista, but the Zebras control.
That Zebra shot was a better quality shot than the shots that BV has taken so far.
Ball is loose, and it's controlled to the right side. Lincoln still in possession.
Number 3 goal scorer here.
And that is Eberhardt.
Defense.
And Bella Vista in control.
Yeah, it was a good job on the defense there, not even letting the ball get to the goalie.
Swings it over to the right, Gamboni.
He's got 8 up top.
And they can't get it to him. As they were looking for Tebow, and he wasn't able to control that pass. So Lincoln once again in possession. Ball jarred loose by Polanco.
Nick Thralson
And Lincoln
just got submitted in.
controls. We got a whistle. And it's going to be Bella Vista ball. I guess they were just taking too much time there. Reinforcements in for Bella Vista. Bunny from behind the net. He'll bring it back.
Lincoln's much bigger than he is.
Yeah.
Bunny swings around. He's got an opportunity. He scores!
Go Broncos.
Matthew
Number
Bunny
2,
with the
Matthew Bunny.
equalizer.
So that Lincoln defender was much bigger, but he was kind of his feet were anchored in the ground, right?
Yeah, Bunny got around him a little bit quicker, got that stick free, and made the shot.
Yeah, so I hope Bunny saw that, recognized, just learned.
Yeah.
He can work on that guy all evening.
A little jab step to the left and go right, or vice versa if he's coming around from the other side.
And if there's one thing we know about Bunny, he's quick.
He is quick.
So he's able to get around. He's able to get around those guys.
Yeah, so BV ought to engineer that matchup. Ought to create it.
And he's got a quick release on his shot, too.
Ellsworth controls for Bella Vista. Here's Gamboni. Gamboni in on goal, and he scores!
Go
Nice little
Broncos.
backhanded shot
Yeah,
there.
Goes a little Canadian right there for a shot.
So 2 quick goals. This is what we were talking about on the pregame. 2 quick goals within about 15 seconds of each other. So Bella Vista with their first lead of the game. Goals by Matthew Bunny and Carlo Gamboni.
Cody Cody Simpson with the face-off.
Cody Simpson will get his opportunity. He just recently called up full-time to varsity.
Oh, did he really? Good for
That
him.
was, I think that was starting with the St. Mary's game.
Okay.
BB19 stepped over the line before the face black ball.
So Lincoln will get possession to start off. And standing there with it was Orion Hawley, and he just had it swiped away. Loose ball on the ground still. And Simpson controls it. Loose ball on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Gamboni. Here comes Carlo Gamboni, and he scores again.
Go Broncos. Number 3, Giancarlo
Easy,
Gamboni.
easy look for Carlo Gamboni, and that one just, what can you say about that shot?
There's not a whole lot you can do. Midfielder coming out full steam, almost has no one defending him.
So Bella Vista, after giving up the first goal of the game, has scored 3 straight in less than a minute.
Going round robin here on the face-off.
Great opportunity with all the players on the roster here, giving everybody a chance. This looks like Tabler.
Yeah, Jacob Tabler's had a great first year, especially at that face-off position. He seems to be taking to that position very well.
Kick save and a beauty by Van Stralen. The ball out of bounds. Bella Vista controls. And it's Matthew Bunny. Spin it to the X. That's Gamboni. 360 move.
Needs to pop it back out. There we go.
Well done. This is Tabler way out front. He's got Polanco on his left.
There he is.
And they did. They had somebody right there in the middle.
He's still open.
Try to get it into him. Polanco can't find
it
anyone.
is.
Here's Bunny. Bunny almost point blank range. Loose ball controlled by the Zebras. Here they come.
Pretty good
Tabler
reels.
with a nice little bit of defense there to jar the ball loose. Matthew Bunny. Far side coming in. Here's a shot. There's a score.
Go Broncos.
All right.
Number
And
9,
that's Will Victorin. Will Victorin, that would be his first varsity goal of the year.
I think you're going to see a lot of BV guys taking it one-on-one because they just learned they can.
Yeah.
Lincoln's not, playing really a disciplined team defense, and so I think a lot of these guys, and we've just seen like the last 2 or 3 drives, the guy gets the ball, he goes, "I'm going."
Right.
And,
yeah.
and okay.
Yeah. And they're taking a little longer to make that slide or just react.
Yeah.
So, if they're a half step back on that reaction, they're going to have an open lane.
That one drive before this shot, he drove in, had 3 guys, but he kept going because he felt he could do that.
Loose ball. And it is controlled and picked up by the Broncos. Ornelas. There's Victorin. Back underneath it. Caden Hoop is now at the X position.
Jono Alonso looks like he's down at the off the GLE there for attack as well.
Here's Ornelas once again. Lots of JV players on the field right now for Bella Vista. Hoop to Alonso. Alonso will look out in front. That's Tebow. Tebow will send it to the right side. And the Broncos will swing it back again. Here's Hoop. Hoop, 30 JV goals this year. Ornelas. Trying to find his opening. Again, they'll just bring it back out and take their time.
It was a good decision not to make that pass. Triple.
Here's Hoop tripled.
Yard sale.
So is that an official lacrosse term, yard sale?
That's an official term.
Equipment on the ground.
Okay.
It's a yard sale. It's out, and you should, you don't want to have that happen to you and called on you.
Right. Centering pass from Morris is controlled by Van Stralen.
Oh, there you go.
Way to the outside. He gets free. Van Stralen, the goalie. They'll float it ahead.
Pretty good pass by backup goalie, huh? Pretty good control on the
Did a pretty
goalie
good job
stick.
there.
Yeah.
Ornelas collides with his own teammate. And now Bella Vista will be able to set the offense. Caden Hoop left side. Alonzo at the X. Alonzo comes in. He tries a sharp angle shot. And that one's loose.
Get on your horse
Coming out
and
to
get that.
midfield. Get on your horse or your zebra.
All right.
Timeout, Zebras.
And Lincoln will go ahead and call a timeout. We have 3:09 to go in the opening quarter, and we're going to go ahead and on the live stream there for you update the score, which I hadn't done. The score is 4-1 in favor of the Bella Vista Broncos. Two goals by Gamboni, one by Bunny, and one by Will Victorin. So after that first goal, guys, the first goal that Lincoln scored, it's kind of been an onslaught from Bella Vista.
Well, yeah, I think what was mentioned earlier, once they discover that the defense were a little slow on the reaction, they've taken advantage of that, found a quick step, gets an open lane to make a quick pass or a quick shot.
As a group, Bella Vista is a little more skilled lacrosse players and lacrosse team than Lincoln is. I don't know how many years Lincoln has had a team. Do you guys know?
I don't.
Well, in looking at Max Preps, they do list past years. The last they are showing before this year is 2017-2018. So it looks like they had a team 2012 through 2018, and maybe for the past few years they have not had a team.
Could be. And then what is the youth feeder program up there? I don't know that there is one.
That is a good question, and it's something I believe that you're both involved in here. That is critical for the high school team, is to having the local program.
It really is. Just to have the sheer numbers to come out to the supporting high school to make sure that program continues on.
And you have to learn how to catch and throw first. Yeah. And so imagine a basketball game where the kids have difficulty catching and throwing. Basketball game would be pretty slow and pretty not so great. And so if you walk onto a lacrosse field as a freshman or a sophomore and you're just now learning to catch and throw, you're way behind.
Yeah.
And so the youth program gets the kids the ability to do that, move around, understand the game a little bit, and then they're coming ready for JV and varsity lacrosse, like football does, like basketball does, like all the other baseball does, like all the other sports do.
So Lincoln will begin with possession of the ball, right at about midfield. Nice spin move, but has the ball taken away. Good defense there as Hayes Reed tries to bring it into, or check that, Hatfield tries to bring it into the attack zone. Here's Caden Hoop.
That guy on the ride, though, really ought to play his defender, his offense guy on his own goal side. Means get the defender, the ride guy should get closer to his own goal.
Right. Don't leave that
chasing
open giant.
He was chasing him.
Centering pass. Hatfield shoots, and that one goes high.
Nice defense, though. A little bit of will imposed there. 14's going to remember that next time he gets one.
Mm-hmm.
Alonzo.
That's what Lincoln can do.
So they're back out, setting for the perimeter. This is Kyler Simpson. Now Tebow once again. Tebow and Simpson playing catch. Hoop from the X.
This sticks up on Lincoln, every one of them. Every one of them. That's good.
Yeah, and that's what they're supposed to do. You've been talking about that in our past broadcasts as well.
That's pretty good discipline, because most teams, watch BV, most teams don't do that.
No, they don't. They leave their sticks hanging low. Yeah, like you said, it's just good discipline, good form on the field.
Good physical play by Lincoln to jar the ball loose. Bella Vista still in control. Here's Simpson. Simpson on goal. Scores! Kyler Simpson!
Number 12,
Second goal of the year. And with 1:37 to go in the opening quarter, Bella Vista now leads 5-1.
Yeah, that was nice ball movement, nice quick catch and shot by Kyler Simpson there.
BV can feed the middle all day.
Yeah.
That guy, if the guy in the middle was more aware of how open he is, most of them aren't. If he was more aware and if he was more ready, they could feed that one all day.
Off the draw, Ellsworth controls. Getting a little separation from his defender, now met by others. And they'll work the ball behind the net. Gamboni has Bunny on the outside. Gamboni looking to the center of the field. Now here's Bunny. Bunny with an underhanded shot. He scores.
Goal Broncos. Number 2, Matthew Bunny.
So Matthew Bunny, his second goal of the game.
BV's had more off-ball movement than any game that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
And so either they've worked on it just recently, or maybe this defense, they feel more comfortable doing it against this defense. But we'll probably see more of that.
Broncos, number 30, Lucian Weimer.
Yeah, once they do some film review, they should really take a look at that and say, hey, you guys are moving the ball around pretty good. You guys are rotating well.
Rotating. That was just happening right there. And they're comfortable doing it.
Looks like Lucas Hancock, who was at position to take the face-off, is now coming off the field.
They don't like his gear.
It looks like there's a gear issue, and so they're going to bring in a different player. What's that?
He's probably bleeding.
Oh, okay.
And see, the sideline folks are going over to find some tape or gauze or something.
So Ryan Hawley will come in to take the face-off against Tebow of Bella Vista. Loose ball. Sheridan had a chance to pick it up.
Should have had
Still
that.
in the air, and Bella Vista controls.
Gets the pop-up.
Got to make that pass sooner.
And Sheridan is able to bat it over to Kyler Simpson. Gamboni. Back to Polanco. Polanco will now find Lucian Weimer is playing in the field.
Just learned something. Is he JV?
He's the goalie. He's the varsity goalie usually, but Chase Jones is in goal right now for Bella Vista. And I'm presuming that either Chase Jones will keep playing or that River Kinley might get the second quarter if Lucian Weimer is going to be out in the field right now with 16 seconds to go. Otherwise, you would figure he would be getting the goalie gear on. Loose ball is controlled by Hayes Reed with the long stick. Midi back. Here comes Hayes Reed. He's going to wind up, and it goes wide. Oh, he would have loved that, especially with the long stick, right?
He's got to put that bounce shot inside the crease.
Yeah, it's got to hit just inside that blue circle there.
So we have come to the end of the first quarter of play. 6 goals on the board for Bella Vista after giving up the first one to Sean Cotton on his 16th goal of the year for Lincoln. It is 6-1 in favor of the Bella Vista Broncos. So some observation, guys, of what you've seen in the first 12 minutes?
Again, just Bella Vista doing a better job, moving the ball around, keep rotating, just finding that open man to have scoring opportunities.
Yeah, as a group, BV's just more skilled, and Lincoln just that one goal, and their effective offense since then has not really happened. So they want to get the ball, get the ball, get it clear, get it downfield, set it up, and call that same play again. That'll work.
Yeah, I think Lincoln should play a little bit more physical on the defensive side, get to that slide a little faster, react to the cutter faster, and like I said, get physical, put some physicality on the attackman or midi.
Illegal stick on the white.
An illegal stick on the white. Okay.
Again.
Oh, that's going to be terrible for Bella Vista.
So that's Bella Vista with the illegal stick. Now, what makes a stick illegal?
Well, the ball, the head of the stick. There's the length of the stick overall. That's one. But mostly it happens on the head of the stick. If it's pinched too much and the ball doesn't fall out when you turn the stick over, then and there's a couple other measurements to be made on the head of the stick. Then it's deemed illegal. That stick can't be used for the rest until it's fixed for the rest of the game, and that's a long-term penalty, probably non-releasable.
Well, he did make the non-releasable symbol,
yeah.
So that much we know is that that it is non-releasable.
Yep. Also, if the mesh is a little too loose and the ball is hanging below, too deep, so it makes it easier for the player to retain the ball.
Too grippy or too deep. makes it illegal. So here's a great chance for Lincoln to possess the ball some, and we can see some stick skills from them, and we'll see if they've got a man-up play in place.
So as speculated, River Kinley will get the start and goal here in the second quarter, and now the penalty was called at the quarter break. This would mean, I suppose, that Lincoln is going to get possession to start the second quarter.
No face. You see the Lincoln midi up there
right
on that 50-yard line. He's going by himself. And so new goalie comes in. He hasn't seen any shots yet this game, and now they're he's playing man down.
And Beck Van Stralen is going to continue in goal for Lincoln.
So was that called on the face-off man, or just a stick check in general?
Just a stick check.
Okay.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
Where's Lincoln number 1? Lincoln number, there he is, 99. I'm sorry.
99's out there. Here's a swing and a shot and a save by River Kinley. Loose ball.
Every shot that 8 has taken during the game and in warm-up has been from that far away.
Scooped up there.
No, they really need to get in between that yellow and blue, like close to the yellow arc.
Yeah,
there.
You want to build a much closer shot, and when you got an extra guy, you can do that.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Here's Caden Hoop. Hoop swings around. Hoop's got the goal. Hoop will take a shot. He scores! First varsity goal of the season for Caden Hoop, his 31st overall, and the Bella Vista Broncos now go up 7-1.
Talking about that one-on-one thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened right there.
Yep.
So that's a shorthanded goal for the Broncos as well. Carlo Gamboni, by the way, is serving the penalty. Ellsworth wins the faceoff, and he's got a full head of steam.
Yeah,
he'll dump it right out in front for Caden Hoop once again, and just like that, he scored again.
Number 10, Jackson Ellsworth, with the assist.
And an assist for Jackson Ellsworth, of course. That was a beautiful job on the part of Ellsworth to really set that up, and Hoop was just right there. He usually plays the X position for the JV team, and so he was able to just come out on that one side of the goal, and nobody was near him. Nice pass and an easy shot.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot of kind of fast break when the face-off guy wins the ball. Come down, X-man comes right up there by the goal line extended on the crease, and just an easy pass off because the other guy's going to have to slide to cover.
This ball is controlled by Lucas Hancock of Lincoln, and a whistle.
Somebody stepped out of the box before. It's illegal procedure. Somebody stepped out of the box before possession was called.
So here come the Zebras, and a shot by Hancock. Save, River Kinley.
It's a decent shot.
Mason Poole trying to control. Kinley finally comes up with it for the Broncos.
And
Kinley gets around.
Rivers comes out of the box here.
They try to knock it away, and he doesn't. So midfield, tried to get it to Polanco, and he does. Polanco, high into the air, is able to pull that one down. Mateo Polanco still looking for his first goal of this game. Substitutions for Bella Vista. Guerra behind the net. Guerra will look in.
Good time to just practice killing a penalty.
Bunny.
I mean, they could score all over the place probably right now, but just the right thing to do is kill this penalty, and so they ought to just work on executing that.
Polanco from the
Yeah,
X brings it around. Go ahead.
Oh no, I agree. They should just play round robin, retain the ball.
What you do in lacrosse when you're man down is kill the penalty, and so yeah, they could shoot all day against Lincoln, but to get ready for next week or get ready for Friday, get ready for next year, work on killing this penalty.
Are we back even? Because I don't see anybody in the box.
There's six whites out there.
Okay, so just like you talked about, they successfully have killed the penalty and even have a goal. Tharlson out top. Tharlson steps in, has it knocked away. He'll scoop it back up. Looking for his help, Cody Simpson. Simpson thought about an opportunity there, looking for an opening.
If he could pass like that left-handed, he could have driven left-handed.
Back to the X. Bunny lost it. Loose ball, controlled by the Zebras.
That was a word. Ward on
And that's
black, going white.
Ward on the Zebras. So Bella Vista will keep possession of the ball. Matthew Bunny. He'll take it behind the net. Getting bodied a little bit. Looking for help. The ball comes loose.
Should go white.
And that will be Bella Vista ball off of a Lincoln player. It's Isaiah Eberhardt, number 8, who's had a couple of shots in this game as well. Simpson, Guerra. To the X, Bunny. Out front, Polanco looking to shoot. Back to Bunny. Bunny tries a shot, ball comes loose. And Van Stralen is the one that had it. And here come the Zebras.
It was a good choice by the goalie to pass to that guy in the clear.
They bounce it out. Looks like Cotton's trying to pick that one up.
They're not affecting him.
Cotton using the body to get through a couple of players. Here comes shot, and Cotton comes in on goal, gets by some defenders. Save, River Kinley.
Yeah, 2 good swim moves there. Had the line.
Yeah,
Unfortunate bounce on the,
I think
on the
that
shot.
just missed.
Back behind the net and a whistle, and it looks like a turnover. As they're pointing to Bella Vista. Here's Victorin. Loses the ball.
Got to pick that up
Try
with
to
2 hands.
sweep that a little bit.
Not going to work.
And Zach Clark picks it up, or tried to pick it up, but Bella Vista has it. Polanco once again.
Good choice to just pull that out.
Bunny looking for the shot. He's double teamed. Tries to get it back out to Polanco, and this one's going to roll out of bounds, and we'll go over to the Zebras.
I think that was checked away from him, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he left his stick out hanging a little too far on that single-handed cradle and just got checked. Knocked it right out.
And a little difficulty for Lincoln trying to get the ball in bounds, and it goes out of bounds. Possession now back to Bella Vista.
Back on that BV possession down there, just thinking he could do a little more than he actually could.
Austin Mosley in the game for Bella Vista to defense position, seeing his first action. Polanco left side. Here's Bunny. Bella Vista again taking their time, and again, this time I think that was the unforced error.
Flag down.
Oh, we got a flag down, okay.
Don't know why.
Looks like offsides on Lincoln.
Are they going to call something here?
Well,
Or maybe it just came out? So Bella Vista will retain possession. Cody Simpson. This is Josh Guerra out front. Guerra scored in the game on Friday. Back out front to Josh Guerra.
BV's man on the crease is open all day long. Nobody knows.
Here's a shot by Guerra. He scores.
Goal Broncos. Number 1, Josh Guerra.
So that will bring us to 9-1 now in favor of the Broncos. First goal of the game for Guerra.
BV's got to find that guy on the crease. He's open all the time, and it would really help BV improve their overall season by working and getting used to feeding that guy in the crease. He's open here.
Yeah.
They should feed him and let him shoot.
7th goal of the year for Josh Guerra.
Another observation there on the man up play there. Just quicker on the passing, right? Quick sticks, get them stretched out. They got fortunate with that shot, but they could have done it a little bit quicker.
It's a good save.
That's a shot by Gamboni, and Van Stralen with the save. He's played the entire first half in goal. At the backup goal position, here comes Cotton. Cotton using that size to get around some defenders. There's actually Poole staying with him pretty well. And that will go off Eberhardt's stick, and it will be controlled by the Broncos.
Look at the wheels on 8.
Yeah.
Here's Weimer. Weimer getting some field action here. Back behind the net. Bring it back in. Back out to Kyler Simpson.
Yeah,
Tebow will retrieve for Bella Vista. Go ahead.
I think Brandon Tebow should have taken that shot right there when he took
There's a cutter.
Yep.
They get it to the cutter, and that's Gamboni who shot. Save, Van Stralen.
Good save.
Ball bouncing around in the air. Bella Vista trying to scoop at it, and Van Stralen winds up with it in that big fish net of his. 5:25 to go, second quarter. Bella Vista by 8. Van Stralen being hounded as he gets rid of the ball. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Kinley. Kinley, facing a lot of traffic, gets rid of it. Gets back to the goal mouth. Ball is still loose out in front, controlled by the Zebras. In on goal. Here's a chance, point blank range. Save, River Kinley. And a whistle, and the ball will go over to Bella Vista.
99 Cotton just showed us he doesn't have a left hand.
Penalty on the
No.
Broncos.
So he can do anything he wants about with his right hand, but isn't comfortable switching left.
Check that, we have a penalty on the Broncos, and so it'll be Lincoln ball.
Broncos have too many guys on the field.
Uh-oh. Now we got a whistle again.
Only one has to come off, not two.
Right.
Now they get everything squared away. Gianni Faria will bring it in play. Here's Eberhardt. Eberhardt winds up. Save, River Kinley once again. Loose ball.
15 yards out again by 8. He hasn't shot any closer.
Kinley tries the outlet. It's intercepted by Cotton. Cotton in on Kinley. Point blank range. He scores.
Goal Lincoln, number 99.
Yeah, number 8's got a pretty good shot. If he was just comes in 5 more yards, get better shot placement, and like I said, just have less of a reaction time for Rivers to get the ball.
So that brings us to a 7-point Bella Vista lead here. 4:34 to go before halftime. And the face-off at midfield. Ellsworth wins another one. Tracked down by Weimer for a second, but now the ball loose again. And the Broncos control it. Here's Poole.
That ball should have gone to either the goalie or the other defenseman across the field instead of into 3 black shirts.
I believe that's Trent Whaley in number 34, which is not his normal number.
Yeah,
And Ellsworth gets ushered out of bounds.
The ref's standing right on the sideline watching for that.
And so that will turn things over to Lincoln once again.
So again, on that clear, when BV had the ball by the defenseman down there, if he'd have passed it to the other side of the field, there wouldn't have been so many black shirts there, and we might still have the ball instead of this turnover.
They're trying to find Cotton once again. Loose ball on the ground. And it's controlled now by Lincoln. That's DeLuca. Charles DeLuca for Lincoln. Lost it. Picked up by the Broncos. Weimer. Weimer gets free. Showing some quicks. Starting goalie. He'll swing it over for a shot that's deflected, and that will go out of bounds.
Right off his melon.
Check that. Did I?
That was Nico.
That was Nico. I'm sorry, Dan. It looked like a 30. Oh, I'm glad he didn't score because that would have totally messed that up. All right. We'll reset it here. Weimer is in the game, though. Ball loose. Outside. And it's controlled here once again by, well, almost controlled. Ornelas has it for the Broncos. He's got Posehn in the middle. And Low goes to Gamboni. Gamboni finds a cutting Weimer. Can't get it to him. Almost picked up by Posehn. Loose ball still. Controlled by the long stick. Here come the Zebras. Too tall for Sean Cotton. This one's going to go out of bounds, and the turnover goes over to Bella Vista. Substitutions coming in for the Broncos. Miles Hatfield will come back in.
Right choice. That's the right guy.
Here they go.
Oh,
And
got bodied hard there.
Little will imposed there,
yeah.
right? Here's it comes again.
But he gets back up and gets possession again. So unfazed. Here's Weimer. Weimer in on goal. He's got a good look. He takes a shot. He scores! Lucian Weimer on the other side of a shot.
Number 30, Lucian Weaver.
At 1:48 to go, I think we can easily say that that is his first goal of the season.
Is he left-handed?
Who?
Shooter.
Lucian Weimer?
Yeah, the shooter.
I don't. I'll try. I'll take a look for that. I don't know if he just went left or if he's naturally
It
left-handed.
was a good left-handed shot.
Yeah.
How good does it feel when you're normally a goalie to actually get to score a goal?
Or to just even be anywhere on the field besides in the crease, right?
Yeah. Off the face-off, loose ball. Somebody's going to pick it up at some point. As it rolls into the attack zone for the Zebras, and ultimately it winds up going out of bounds. And so the possession will switch over to Bella Vista. This is Tebow. Finds the
That was a good
opening.
check.
That was a good check.
And a good pickup for Bella Vista on the bouncing ball.
Yeah, they got to watch out for number 8. He's got some speed on him.
That's Polanco. He finds Bunny. Bunny, a sweeping underhanded shot. That one goes out of bounds, and it'll go over to Bella Vista. At least that's what I thought I saw him point. No, no, I'm sorry. It'll go to Lincoln. They pointed the right way. I misinterpreted it. This is Cotton. Eberhardt.
Across. There it is.
Added the open man to the right side.
Back to the shorty.
That's Clark. Or check that. That's Dallas. And that shot goes wide. Lincoln will keep possession.
That Lincoln defenseman's a pretty good athlete. He looks good while he's running. Staying down here on offense, too.
It was actually a pretty good looking shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's Cotton. Cotton gets free in front. That one's deflected away. Cotton on the ground. Kinley in possession of the ball.
He's got to shoot that straight over, and it goes in the goal. Black ball.
And what happened here? Was there foul?
So maybe a trip's a real penalty, I think, right? So
Trips
I'm
are a real
not sure what
penalty,
it is,
yeah.
but it went black. Just unfairness.
All right. That one's too tall for Cotton.
Yeah.
And out of bounds. And we've seen that more than once with Lincoln tonight. Here's Victorin. Victorin with a full burst of speed.
He doesn't want to go right-handed.
To the left.
Seconds.
5 seconds to go. Here's a shot on goal, score! And I believe that is Mateo Polanco.
2-2.
Number 22.
Mateo Polanco, his first goal of the game, 31 on the season. And that comes with 1.7 seconds left.
You know what that was? That was a nice overhand shot.
Yeah. Calling it half. Yeah,
So they
see,
will call the end of the first half here.
if the guys would watch some college football on Saturday, they could learn how and see how many of those shots go straight over by the guys who are exceedingly good lacrosse players.
Yeah.
And they would learn a great deal. I wonder how many of these guys are watching college lacrosse on Saturday.
I would guess probably not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot, and it makes you wonder why. But
It's like they're watching more golf than they are than lacrosse.
or what is today's video game? I don't know.
I think you're onto something, David.
Yeah, but they would really do themselves a favor too. I mean, and what that means is being a student of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure, and I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I'm not so sure a lot of the guys are real students of the game.
Well, I know that the team gathered last week for what was billed as film study, and they did watch a little bit of some of the games that the Broncos have played, but they spent a lot of that evening over at the pizza place watching a college lacrosse game.
Oh, great.
Now, I don't know, I wasn't there, so I don't know if there was any kind of explanation or anything that was going with it, but they were watching a college lacrosse game. It's great to have that opportunity to see the guys that that have elevated to that level to where they can play D1 lacrosse
Now,
and see what they can do.
The D1 is the best it is. Well, the pros are good too, but the D1 is you can learn a lot. But I tell you one thing the players here can do too is find on the web a high-level high school lacrosse game. The D1 players are superhuman.
Yeah.
They're superhuman. They are players that our guys will never be, and that's okay because we're not all superhuman, right? We're just us. But if they find a New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey high school lacrosse game on TV, they can see themselves and see how it's played at that level, and they would learn a great deal.
And lacrosse is big on the East Coast. You're absolutely right, and so
it's completely different.
Yes,
it's a culture out there. It's like Texas and high school football.
Exactly.
It's just that's what they live and breathe is lacrosse.
And you're getting all the athletes too. I mean, some of the guys on the BB team probably play some other sports too, but a lot of guys don't.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Watching the D1 games, and you're listening to the game being called, and of course that guy's a star linebacker, that guy's an all-state wrestler, that guy was recruited to play basketball somewhere in D1 college, but chose to play lacrosse instead. So again, superhumans at the college level.
All right, that's David Houseworth and Dan Posehn alongside. I'm George Thorolson. We are at halftime. We'll take a little bit of a break. When we come back, just stay with us here on the live stream. Second half of play is about 7 minutes from getting started, and so we look forward to having you back for the second half. It's 10-2 in favor of Bella Vista.
Well, they probably got hung up.
But I probably thought when I looked up and I can't see. I'm like, I'm doing fine.
And you have another set.
At home.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I mean, if they're lost forever, you'll have to.
These are like it's just so weird. Like I dropped.
You're not like you can't play other glasses. I did not even think to check the mailbox.
There's something that
These are the ones that I got. I pulled off
could probably play youth.
They're pretty good. Their varsity team.
Yeah, it's where that's now would
And you know, like you guys were talking about earlier, I mean, some of the Bella Vista players may play other sports, but most of them may probably.
yeah.
These guys may do other sports.
21 does that goalie. I guarantee it. You see, and that long stick.
It wouldn't surprise me if Cotton plays with the just with that body.
Yeah. And there's a couple of the guys. You look at their team picture on the web, on the website, on Max Fresh website. And yeah. And just look at the size of your legs and necks. Yeah. We don't have that.
They're quite a cute.
Yeah. Look at that. And again, you know, there's hardly anybody who plays that sport in that school. It's the other athletes who don't, the guys who don't play baseball.
Right.
I'm not doing another sport. I'll do that. I get to wear that and hit somebody.
Yeah.
I'll do that. And so, and if the football coach has any range, he would tell him.
We're just moments away from getting the second half of play underway here at Bella Vista High School. 10-2 in favor of the Broncos. The penultimate game, the penultimate home game, I guess, if you will, to find a nice word out of the dictionary that we can use here today. Bella Vista will be at St. Mary's on Wednesday for JV and varsity. JV at 5:30, varsity at 7. And then we're back with you at right around 5:30 on Friday for a JV varsity doubleheader, the final home game of the year regular season. It'll be senior night. And again, the festivities for senior night will be taking place in between the varsity and the JV games. All right, well, we are ready to go. Second half of play, Bella Vista pretty much dominating. The Zebras scored the first goal of the game, then Bella Vista essentially got, 9 straight before Lincoln scored again. And so some observations after the struggles of last week for the varsity team. This seems like a good get-right game for the Broncos tonight.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I'd like to see like a little bit of a higher level play on Lincoln's part going into having to play two pretty good teams on Wednesday, Friday. I'd like to see more of a challenge for them. But yeah, they're getting back into it, and I think they're happy with their play. Hopefully, they can carry it through.
BV much better clears in the first half. They only failed on 2. They failed on a lot in the last game, the last home game. So again, not the same team they've been facing, not the same kind of skill they've been facing, but a real important statistic driving more possessions.
So you can hear the wind kicking up. This is Morris for Bella Vista. Ornelas. Looks like River Kinley is still maybe in goal.
He doesn't want to go left either.
Zebras control.
So if you don't want to switch hands to your left side, you can't move to your left. You can't drive to your left with the stick in your right hand. You lose it, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Lucian Weimer is in goal for Bella Vista. After scoring a goal 17 from the field of play. Nice pickup there by and forced turnover by Lincoln. Cotton tried to control that one, and he ultimately will.
He's got in his left and split right.
Cotton brings it in on goal. He's going to have a chance, and now he's forced wide.
Good decision.
And now he's back behind the net. We'll have to give it up. Here's Eberhardt.
Good decision on that drive. He drove, got taken away from him, and there's a good cut.
Right inside it goes. Little trouble coming up with it.
This ball tripped.
And we've got a possession now to the Zebras. Unable to control until out there at the 40 mark. Braden Schaefer into the game. It's a fake. This is Cotton, goes head up on a defender. Whaley trying to body him. Cotton gets free. He takes a shot. Save, Lucian Weimer.
That was a nice save by goal there.
Weimer, fresh off his first goal of the season that he scored, will bring this one all the way out near midfield. And he tried to, his pass was not controlled. Van Stralen still in goal, by the way, for Lincoln.
Good sharp pass.
Here's Eberhardt. Eberhardt has full head of steam. He'll dump it over to the left side. There's a shot deflected and ushered wide by Lucian Weimer.
Yeah, they're still taking shots too wide. If they do that all day, it's not going to pan out for them. They should have come in a little bit closer on that shot. He had room.
Oh, there's another one.
Backside.
And Weimer controls.
He's got a cutter. He's got the man 10 out here. 10.
That's Ellsworth at midfield.
Too late.
Near.
Failed here so far.
Still loose and now controlled by Lincoln. That's Dallas. Trent Whaley tries to keep it in bounds. Cotton winds up on the ground.
We're going to get a trip there.
And we will get the flag, and Bella Vista will touch and control, and there is the whistle. So 8:59 to go, third quarter of play.
Like a penalty on the Broncos.
And Lincoln will take possession from the far side. This is Cotton out front. Cotton's going to wind up.
That shot was from last week.
Right.
It's just too hard to save. You see it's near the, what's it, 25-yard line? 25-yard line?
Yeah, that was from the 20. That started at the 25.
Yeah, so that's 20 yards away. Failed clear on BV. That's 3 straight.
Here's Dallas. He'll try to flip it over to a teammate, and that one's going to go out of bounds.
But shots like that are too far out, and it was also high to high. It left his body high and hit the goalie high. It's too easy to save. The goalie can see it all the way. And when you're man up, you got an extra guy. You got time to build a shot that's much better than that.
Yeah, get that passing around, stretch out that defense, and make a better shot.
Kyler Simpson.
If 18 just plays his body, he'll be able to keep him from getting in. That's it, just like that, just like that, just like that.
And again, using that size advantage that you were talking about, David.
Yep.
Here's Tebow.
Well, and you can see 12's not that great a ball handler. So if 18 could read that real quick, or his defender, whoever it was, read that real quick.
Hayden Hoop, he finds Reed.
This is good.
Reed
BB
just taking his time.
Taking the time and figure it out, and now we'll go run it. Use the defender's momentum against him.
Here's Reed. He'll bring it back out to Kyler Simpson. Simpson jogs his way to the middle.
Now we're even.
Even play. Max Morris back on for Bella Vista.
8 is open. 8 is open.
Open again, yeah.
8 is open.
Morris.
Open again.
Now they'll just work it back behind the net. Hoop once again. Couple of goals in this varsity game for Caden Hoop. A's Reed. Again, very methodical for Bella Vista, taking their time, looking for the opportunities. Reed gets his balance back and then sends one toward the goal, and that one goes over.
They called that a pass.
And they called it a pass. It certainly didn't look like a shot.
Hard to know what it was.
Yeah, it looked more like a pass. I would agree on that one.
So that means the Zebras will take possession, and that is Rex Watts who brings it in, is normally the goalie.
Nobody was open.
So Watts is playing in the field of play tonight. Here's Tabler. Tabler with lots of green. Met by Eberhardt.
No, that's Feeney.
I'm sorry, that's Feeney. You're right.
Black impose their will.
The good movement there by Eberhardt.
Failure. 4 failed clears by BV this quarter. 4 out of 5.
They did much better the first half.
So here come the
Good decision.
the Zebras once again. This is Eberhardt.
He looked to drive and then he pulled it out. It was a great decision.
Pass comes over to the right side.
Good stop.
And there's Cotton once
Here
again.
comes the slide. Good. All 4,
Cotton
5 guys.
works his way through.
6. He's got all 6.
Right out in front and just
All
kind of
6.
underhands it into the goal.
All 6 white shirts were right there.
Number 99, all by himself.
Like you said earlier, if he decides to rush in and use that size and strength.
A little imposed will on offense as well.
And Weimer really didn't have a chance on that one. And again, it wasn't really much of a shot either. It was just kind of a little underhanded scoop.
Standing on the doorstep like that, that's all it takes. BV's just got to learn how to play a guy like that. It's not that hard, and you don't even have to be that big to at least slow down a guy like that. You got to lower your body, put your shoulders in his rib cage, and get your hands together and punch him in the sternum.
Yeah.
So 11-3 is our score. Victorian will pick it up for Bella Vista.
It's a good ground ball.
That was a nice little rake back there to Victorian.
Pick that up.
Trouble picking that one up. Bunny had a chance at it. Gamboni's there. And finally, Cody Simpson will take a shot, and that one will go wide.
Because there was no attackman behind. You need discipline from the attackman. But now, many people are on the ground ball, but you don't need everybody on the ground ball. You need a guy behind.
Van Stralen will send this one up near midfield. Here come the Zebras. That's Dallas. Dallas tries to find Cotton, and they cannot. Again, the pass too tall, too high. It makes me wonder if Lincoln, maybe moving towards next season, can work on their passing and get that real crisp passing attack down. Things could be a lot different for them. They have missed on a lot of passes tonight.
Yeah, just making, like I said, sloppy passes. Just that ball turnover,
Just watch these wheels.
Here's Eberhardt. And he's got a lot of green. Gets by the defender. He's come in. Last defender. He gets by a couple of them. Save, Lucian Weimer. This one's going to roll out wide, and it will go out of bounds. And the Zebras will continue possession. 5:04 to go in the third quarter.
That's a shot.
Eberhardt again takes his shot. That one goes wide.
It's the closest shot. Well, he took the last 2 shots, and the closest 2 shots he's taken so far.
There's Eberhardt once again. Eberhardt's looking for his opportunity. Cotton.
Good pick.
Nice screen. Yes. Gets around the screen. Gets in. Save, Lucian Weimer.
Great defense there by Austin Mosley.
Whistle as
the ball on the field.
Extra ball on the field. Zebras will get ready to bring this one in. They'll bring it to the outside. Here's Cotton. Hat trick tonight. All 3 Lincoln goals.
Look at his matchup. Goalie sternum.
And Weimer controls that one.
Shot like that's just a turnover. He could have built a much better shot. You saw his defenseman wasn't that big. Bowled him over.
Right? I thought he would have, learned the last couple of shots that he's taken. I can go in there and put a head of steam on it and make a shot.
I also think he's getting tired. Look at his hands on his hips right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's been out. He's the team. And so they rely on him a lot. And again, they do have the 7 subs that we talked about. Broncos in possession. This is Gamboni. Bunny behind the net.
So he's much quicker than his defenseman.
Here's Tebow. And so the Broncos will bring it back out.
Put the ball back over to Bunny and let him work on his defenseman.
This is Gamboni once again. Bunny will cut out. Centering pass comes back out to Tebow. Tebow can't control, but now he does. Works around Cody Simpson.
This is where lacrosse IQ comes in. The team should recognize this matchup that we've got right here.
Here's Gamboni.
White 7 on black 88, is that?
Boney brings it out. And Boney's looking for his opportunity. Sets up. He takes a shot. That one goes wide. Polanco closest to the ball as it goes out of bounds. Bella Vista controls. Polanco brings it in. Gamboni again. His shot. Save. Van Stralen. And Van Stralen will try and bring this one out. Second leading scorer on the team, but he's pressed into goalkeeping duty tonight.
See how fast and athletic he is?
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
He's making his way all the way down with that goalie stick. He's looking for a shot. He brings it in, and he's denied.
Jason Black. You see how fast and how smooth he is with the stick there.
Does he think he is Joe Thomas?
Yeah. Makes me think he plays another sport too.
And normally plays in the field here, lacrosse-wise. So Weimer will pick it up for Bella Vista. Broncos in control, 2.5 to go in the third quarter, 11-3, Bella Vista in front.
Where was that going? Got lucky.
Bunny scoops it up.
Good move.
As Guerra to his right. He'll send it over to the right side and into traffic.
Telegraphed.
Loose ball. Gamboni controls. Gamboni tries to get it to Polanco. Little too much there. Bella Vista turns it over. 2:03 to go, third quarter.
He saw he knew he wasn't in complete control, and he's trying too hard to make something happen. Should just kept it and go behind. We'd still be on offense. Of course, we're getting it back.
Long pass there, and Bella Vista will get it back. Guerra will bring it in.
2 across. Too late.
Bunny.
Good defense.
That was good defense. Bunny's able to retrieve. Polanco. 1 goal tonight, 31 on the season. Polanco, shot goes wide, and that goes out of bounds.
Timeout.
And a timeout for Bella Vista.
I don't see the
Oh, go ahead. No.
I don't see the rotation that I saw in that first half. The first half we were rotating a lot. Better ball movement, better body movement. I'm not seeing that this quarter.
I wonder if it was different personnel then. And I'm not sure the personnel. I'm not sure. I think the personnel who were moving aren't not necessarily. Let me try and get this right. I think the personnel who were moving are not the guys who are normally in there.
I see.
I think they were different numbers.
Well, when it comes to the JV players getting to play in a varsity game, there is that little added motivation to play harder and to be jazzed about being out there on the field.
You bet, and that's kind of where I was going. I wonder if the guys who were out there were not the normal varsity guys, like I was saying. It might have been the JVs, and that was excellent lacrosse.
By the way, one name we have not called, at least in terms of the action tonight for Bella Vista, is number 24, Joe Thomas. He is on the sideline with no helmet on. So it looks like he is being held out of this game. He did not play Friday at Rio Americano either. Suffering a bit of a little bit banged up in the Roseville game. And is just kind of nursing. Again, I think it's the knee, right? Ankle. It's an ankle that he is that's bothering him a little bit right now. So obviously you don't want to put too much pressure on it if you don't have to.
BV Coach Paul there got 7 guys, pulled out to the side here, and he's drawing up a plan. It's rotation. Don't do this. Do that.
And those 7 guys are the ones that are going to be on the field, presumably. Although Caden Hoop was part of that, and he's coming back toward the bench. So Gamboni and Bunny are on the field. Ornelas is on there as well.
So we're going to restart just below GLE on the far side.
Morris, Guerra, and Polanco also on there. I see 6 attackers, which is what you're supposed to have, right?
Yep.
And then there will be 3 back with Lucian Weimer.
3 attack, 3 middies. Set up in an open set.
And we're back underway. Bunny from the X.
There we go. There's the movement.
Maybe they saw the same stuff you did. Tried to get it to Gamboni, couldn't control. Loose ball.
Need a little zippier pass, a little better feet set, a little better, more body in that pass.
And here's Van Stralen.
Good choice. He's the guy. He was the one who had no man. He's got a big guy across.
And here come the Zebras. They'll send it toward the middle of the field.
Need that catch. Little will imposed there.
Yeah, and Sean Cotton is going to battle it out with Whaley, try to get the ball. It is into the end zone. Cotton is the first one to get to it.
His ex-attackman should have got that.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Cotton.
Could be a drive here.
Cotton. Nice little 360 move. He takes a shot on goal. Lucian Weimer ushers that one wide.
Next thing for 99's development is a fake before the shot. He gets himself open, gets himself in the right place, but it's kind of gone to the same place every time, and the goalie can zone in on it. So if he can, there's a good shot too.
Eberhardt, his shot, knocked away by Weimer.
So 99 come up with a fake before that shot, make the goalie move or make the goalie freeze, either one.
Back underway, 20 seconds to go, third quarter. Back out in front, the ball behind, and scooped up by Bella Vista. Here come the Broncos. Full head of steam is Max Morris. He'll find Gamboni. Gamboni lost it.
Should hold that pass till the defense moves.
Ball going out of bounds, and the quarter comes to an end. We have reached the end of the third quarter of play. All Bella Vista tonight, only one goal in the third quarter, and that happened to be the third goal of the game for Sean Cotton of Lincoln. Our score is 11-3 in favor of Bella Vista.
That BV fast break there, we had the midi coming down. There's no reason for him to get rid of that ball until someone comes to him, which is the situation you want to create. You want somebody to, well, if nobody comes to you, then you take the shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pull that slide, and if no one comes to you, you got the lane, go in.
And then when someone slides, that means someone else is open, and so just some lacrosse IQ to learn over time, and that fast break situation.
12 more minutes of play here on this Monday evening, this very windy, chilly Monday evening here in Fair Oaks, California. George Tharlson, David Houseworth, Dan Posehn with you from Bella Vista High School Stadium. Bella Vista will be on the road on Wednesday night in Stockton for a rematch with St. Mary's. And then on Friday, back here against Christian Brothers for the regular season finale. They will take on the Falcons of Christian Brothers with a JV game at 5:30 and a varsity game at 7. Senior night activities will happen right before the varsity game, and the seniors that will be honored: Josh Guerra, Carlo Gamboni, Trent Whaley, Joey Sampagnero, who unfortunately is injured and out for the year, and I just continuing to look down the list. Ryland Bergen is another of the seniors that will also be recognized here on Friday. So, boy, that went fast, guys, that season.
It did, and it's going to be a beautiful night. You should come out and watch this game live. We'd be happy to have you here on the live stream, but let's put some bodies in the stand and support the local team.
And we always save that so you can always watch the live stream later on demand.
Your list of seniors was not real long, which is a great thing, which means a lot of guys are coming back.
And I'm eager to see folks like Caden Hoop moving up to the varsity next year. And Thomas Lonnie, who is not here tonight, he was under the weather and missed the games against Roseville and Rio Americano. And so hopefully he'll be back and ready to go here before too long as well. Here come the Broncos.
Well, they're still bringing a man on. They ought to slow down here for a sec.
Here we got Nick coming on, new man.
So here's Hoop. Hoop will bring it out in front. He's sent to the ground.
Little will imposed.
Loose ball on the ground. Who's going to be first to it? Scooped up by Tharlson. Tharlson immediately double teamed. Able to pick it back up once again. Has Simpson right behind him. A couple of former soccer teammates, by the way. Won't tell you who the coach was. Here's Kyler Simpson.
That's a good lift check there. Kept that shot from happening.
Centering pass winds up in the net of Van Stralen. Loose ball.
Nice little flip.
And here come the Zebras once again. Loose ball. Tharlson comes up with it again.
Lincoln goalie's hand hurts. His left hand.
Well, they have the other guy here. Bringing it in.
A save. But
no.
it bounces.
Straight oh, it goes in?
Yeah.
Go Broncos.
Goalie had the initial
Number 5,
shot.
Hayes Reed.
Goalie had the initial shot, but it rebounded off, and I think the ball was spinning and bounced and went
Well,
in the ball.
that goes to Hayes Reed. That is that would be his first goal of the season. And that gives Bella Vista a 12-3 lead.
It's a high five from the high 10 from the coach.
Got a little substitution there on defense. It's like Alan Elliott coming on. Black left early.
Ball start, so Tebow will take possession here for Bella Vista. And the Broncos in possession here. There's Bunny. Bunny from the X. Still works his way around. Bunny with a little bit of a shove brings it back out. He'll take a shot that then will go wide and bounce out of bounds.
Last two possessions we had attackmen taking it one-on-one, right? Because they think, they feel like they can here against this team. That one was pretty good. The first one was not a little ill-advised. There's another one.
Polanco spins, winds up with Gamboni.
That was a good pickup.
Back over to Polanco, out front to Morris. Wind kicking up here. Morris.
Get the step.
Stop, look for the shot, brings it back out front. Broncos control. Tebow.
Good D.
Little struggle of getting possession of the ball, finally does.
Defender just made a wall there and kept the attackman from getting in there, kept the midi from
Loose
getting
ball,
in there. Good.
Weimer out of goal. He comes up with it. Ace Elliott running a little bit of interference there for Bella Vista as well. Weimer all the way into midfield. He's continuing his way down, looking for his second goal of the game. Here comes Lucian Weimer in on goal with the goalie stick. He's hit. He's sent to the ground. Loose ball, penalty flag.
You bet the goalie's on the ground.
I would have taken that penalty.
Look at the size of the goalie. Everyone can put him on the ground.
And he's getting high fives all around as he heads back to the goal mouth. And the Zebras will go a man down. 9:13 to go in the fourth quarter of play. 12-3 Bella Vista.
Smart play though would have been for him to get rid of that. Maybe on the take it across. That's great. He was open. He beat the other guy. But when he gets around that the 30 football 30-yard line down in their offensive end, it would have been time to get rid of it.
So Gamboni will bring it in for Bella Vista. Wait till whistle play underway here.
We got two men off the field.
2 men in the box.
Two
You're
men
right.
in the box, right? And so there's 4 playing defense for the man down Zebras. They're set up in that box.
2 men advantage.
Just like 4 on the dice.
Bunny.
7. It's open.
Broncos will bring it out front. Here's Ellsworth.
7 on the crease.
Right now the Broncos.
Little will in post. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. A big collision. Loose ball on the ground. And it's going to be controlled by Bella Vista.
Watch this defender here. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ellsworth.
He's going to take that. He'll take both of them.
Loose ball at the net, and Van Stralen will come up with it.
He's an athlete too.
Yes, we've seen that. But he's caught out of the goal mouth.
Got to get in the goal. Get in the goal.
Oh,
it's out on white. It's staying black.
And Josh Guerra was having trouble fielding the ball there.
So one of the penalties released. Just one man in the goal, or in the box. Timeout, Lincoln. They're going to set up this clear.
So we have 8:31 to go in the fourth quarter of play. All Bella Vista tonight. Although we did see that Sean Cotton of the Lincoln Zebras is as advertised as their leading scorer. You don't want to Well, you have to mess with him defensively, but when he's coming at you, it's not necessarily the favorite sight of any defending lacrosse player to see someone with that size and his ability to put the ball on the net.
Yeah, I'd like to have seen the Michael Dallas do what he just did there, like a little bit more during the game. You know,
You bet.
if he would have put a little more pressure, some of these guys going to the inside, I think the score would have been a little bit different.
It'd be very different. And I'll tell you what, Lincoln was down 2 men. Was there? I honestly forgetting it. Showing my age, right? Was there a quality shot in that man up by BV? There was no quality shot. Lincoln killed one of the penalties, the 30-second penalty, and then now they have the ball. So how did they do that? Because that guy ate some people up.
Yeah.
So if they'd have done that more throughout the game, and like I was saying in the beginning, if they knew to do that, we were wondering. I was wondering, did Lincoln know to play like that? And they haven't really called that play that much. But if they just decided to play like that, it would be different.
And too often you see that in a lot of teams. You know, they get to that desperation stage. Okay, now I'm going to play more physical. They should be doing that all game long.
Yep. That's the play they should call it. You know, their skills are less than BV's stick skills, but they've got the body advantage, and they could have changed this game throughout if they'd done more of that. But now we've got a clear. So here we are on this clear. There's even numbers on this side of the field. It's 6 against 6. Since Lincoln is man down, they've only got 6 guys on their defensive side. So BV could match up 1-to-1 or play it differently.
And Dallas will bring it in for Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then this is the athlete. I'd leave it in that long stick's hands. Why is that guy open? Why is anybody open?
Van Stralen is the one that gets it out. Little trouble handling the ball. And they just try to push him out of bounds. Ball is still loose. Ellsworth has it. Ellsworth, a 360 move, get away from one defender and right into another. Waiting off of a screen. Jack Ellsworth.
Trail check.
Ellsworth.
Get rid of it.
Over to Bunny. Bunny will bring it back around. They'll swing it back. Polanco will bring it in. He'll take a shot. Deflected by Van Stralen. Gamboni has it. Gamboni out front. Polanco again. Gets by a defender. Check, drops the ball loose. And the Zebras, a lot of times they've had those good checks to get the ball loose. They've had a lot of trouble scooping up those ground balls.
Well, they're trying to go single-handed, not getting low enough.
Saved by Van Stralen as he's being hounded by Bunny. A long pass comes out to midfield.
Got to pay attention.
And it is controlled.
All right,
there's
Cotton. Even numbers here. Oh, the attacking behind should step up.
Cotton gets by a bunch of defenders. His shot deflected wide. Tell you what, Ace Elliott Ace Elliott, who has similar size to Sean Cotton, was not afraid to go body to body with him there.
Looks like a penalty on the Broncos.
Yeah, that was good. Just get him a little bit off his line.
Yeah.
Made him miss the shot.
Slash 1 minute. You heard that Kong on the face mask, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was a slash.
So Whaley will come to the penalty area. The 2 players, or is one of them just coming out here? Yeah, the other one's just coming. That always throws me off when the players come out and they come to the penalty area first before they.
Well, that's the only place. That's the only place you can sub through. You have to go in and out of the penalty box to sub on and off the field. That's
Zebras. Here's Cotton again. He scores.
Goal Lincoln, number 99.
So Sean Cotton, his 4th goal of the game. And Bella Vista's lead is now 12-4. With 6:52 to go in the 4th quarter. Like a couple of, check that, it's Tabler will take the face off, and he will go up against Lucas Hancock here. Loose ball.
Yep, Tabler up with possession.
Nice job by Tabler to win that one. Of course, he wins quite a few of them at the JV level. Tabler in, dumps it in front, looking for Alonso, deflected away by Van Stralen.
That was a good save by the goalie there.
That's a good, but that was also a good look to find the man right in the middle, right in front of the goal at the crease.
It was good heads-up play.
Here's Hancock once again.
Only right hand. Just play his right hand.
Yeah.
He's not going to switch.
Bringing his way through, he's met by a couple of defenders, gets free from them, but is also freed from the ball. Poole. He'll look for Alonso. Alonso,
back like
as the ball arrives, so does a defender. And that is
Might be a penalty on Lincoln.
Rex Watts, who's normally the goalkeeper. He's the one that got there with Alonso just a little too soon.
Illegal body check.
6:06 to go.
Non-releasable. Lane. 2 minutes non-releasable.
So Bella Vista will have a man advantage for a little while here.
An example of the little bit of over-policing that goes on. That was a foul completely. That's an illegal body check. I don't think it's 2 minutes non-releasable. That's a normal, to me, that's a normal 1 minute illegal body check. Releasable.
So the Broncos will open play in this sequence with 6:06 to go after the penalty call. And this is Ellsworth. Ellsworth has an overtime game winner against Del Oro this year.
Put it on the man on the crease.
One way out. Guerra will control it.
See, nobody realizes that 7 is open on the crease. There's no defender. The defender's behind him.
Yeah.
The defender needs to have a stick on his chest.
Ornelas. Ornelas brings his way in. He shoots and scores.
Goes between the goalie and the pipe on the near side.
Anthony Montano Ornelas.
Anthony Montano Ornelas with the goal. That is his second goal of second goal of last year and this year combined. It's his first goal of this year. He had 1 last year and 3 as a freshman, but good for him. First goal of the season, 13-4 in favor of Bella Vista. Nick Tharlson taking the face-off for Bella Vista. This one is loose and controlled by the Zebras. This is Eberhardt. Eberhardt has an angle. Closed off. He's going to take a shot. Save Lucian Weimer. Doesn't know where it's going. Zebras control.
Again, that shot a little far out.
Collins. Collins out front to Cotton. Hippity hop move and a spin move. Got all kinds of white jerseys in front of him. Loose ball controlled by Tharlson. Nick Tharlson on the move. Has a defender with him, able to jar the ball loose. Tharlson scoops it up. Jogs his way in front. He'll pass it over to the left. Centering pass. That one's on the ground and winds up in the net of Beck Van Stralen.
Pass like that's never going to work.
Long pass out to the middle.
Good. He's awake this time. Check.
Here's Eberhardt. Eberhardt near the sideline.
Nice pass.
Whaley trying to get there. Loose ball being swept out. And Whaley with the long stick, he controls it. Hossein.
Will imposed.
Yep.
See, that clear pass
Loose
should
ball.
not have gone to that spot. Got a little
Here's
lucky on
Mosley. Mosley with the long stick.
that. Still not in the box yet. The ref's still counting on the far side.
Failure
One
to
step.
advance. Now, he has to get to the 30 on the football marker.
Across the 30, yes.
Across the 30.
Again, the BV field is not lined for the boys' game. There should be a blue line along the 30, just like there's a blue line underneath the 30 and the 20 and the 10 under the numerals. That's the side of the restraining box. There should be a blue line along the 30.
Here come the Zebras. Pass
Can
to
he get
the
it?
middle of the field.
No.
This one's going to roll for a while.
We needed our man to go get that ball. We needed that guy, the black guy, to pick it up.
Zebras control it. And they'll work the perimeter now, and they'll find Cotton. Cotton's going to wind up from distance.
Too far away.
Lucian Weimer controls. Played the entire second half in goal. Chase Jones and River Kinley split the duties in the first half.
No numbers, pull it out. Pull it out.
Morris had it and had a shot attempt that goes long.
better decision. We've still got a midi still just showing up into the offense here. Better decision was pull that out and run an offense.
Loose ball picked up by the Zebras.
He should pull this out too. Now they don't
Instead,
have
it winds up in the net of Lucian Weimer.
Yep. High shot.
High to high. Too easy to save. That was just playing catch with the goalie.
This ball once again.
Pushing it back.
No call. Here come the Broncos. In front, swinging shot, score!
Go Broncos. Number 23, Anthony.
And that's Anthony Montano Ornelas once again. Second goal of the game, second goal of the season. 2:37 to go. Bella Vista up 14-4.
New defenders, are they? Has 40 been out there before?
Mason Poole, yeah, he's played.
All right.
Haven't called his name a lot tonight, and I think maybe it's others have been given some additional playing time. I think we will see him more in the next two varsity games as the rosters get split up once again.
It was good ground ball, good tough ground ball fight there by
Here's
10.
Ellsworth. Ellsworth has an angle, bringing it in on goal. Has it knocked away. Loose ball.
It was an easy check to make by the
It
defender.
was. He kept his stick down too low.
Well, the defender knew what he was going to do. The defender knew he was going to shoot, and that means he's going to pull it back to his right.
Polanco, far left. Tabler out front. Tabler will dump it over to the right, Gamboni. Gamboni will take it behind the net.
He's looking for a feed.
Brings it back out. Getting pushed around again, that's Ornelas. Here's Bunny. Bunny winds up. He shoots. That one goes wide. And Ornelas was the closest one to the ball, so Bella Vista will continue the possession. 1:35 to go. Bringing it in spin move. Here is a shot that goes wide.
Another BV guy on the ground.
It was Polanco with the shot.
Bunny trying to hit somebody, but didn't do anything. That Lincoln guy should have just taken that ball to the corner, because now it's loose in front.
The fight for the ball, and finally Lincoln controls it.
Check. Go.
The ball deflected away, and it goes out of bounds over to Bella Vista. 1:03 to go.
Guys got to learn, and you'll see this when you watch college football, college lacrosse on Saturday. It's fine to start a clear by running to your end line. Run behind your goal. Yeah. It's okay to be there.
Gamboni. Pick up the loose ball.
You just pull it back. Someone will go to you. You just take it up to the goalie. Let the goalie take it up from there.
Exactly.
Here's Gamboni. He takes a shot. That one goes wide.
Good take.
Polanco closest to the ball will bring it in. 39 seconds to go. An early start means an early end. We're just about done with our varsity game here this evening. Polanco.
No angle.
He scores, though.
Put it in. Check it out.
Go Broncos. Number 22.
Mateo Polanco from the right side with no angle. And he puts it in the back of the net.
That's naming the paper date for the prom, right? with 30 seconds, yep. Nice. He's been waiting. He's been waiting all game to pull that one out.
All right, so 28.9 seconds to go to be exact on the time clock. We got the face-off at midfield, all Bella Vista tonight. And the loose ball will now be controlled by the Broncos. They'll bring it in front. Victorin.
Time for a last shot.
Victorin has an option. He got his first varsity goal of the game earlier.
He wants it to be him.
Ball out. Van Stralen.
Yep.
He'll send this one. Poole got a stick on it to knock it wide and go out of bounds as the clock comes out, and the clock expires. Bella Vista in control after giving up the first goal of the game. It was all Bella Vista after that, and really it was all Bella Vista before that too. They gave up that first goal of the game, respond with a 15 spot total throughout the game, 15-4. The Bella Vista Broncos winning this one against a completely outmatched Lincoln team. Bella Vista, of course, had the advantage, since this was varsity only, of having added reinforcements from the JV squad, and the JV players themselves played very well tonight. And the Broncos themselves, the varsity, get credit for another win. They will go to 4-10 in league play, and will head to St. Mary's on Wednesday night. So, David, some observations from you. I know that there's still a lot to work on that that has been brought up throughout the course of this game, but anytime you can get a 15-4 win, that's a good thing.
My track coach in high school, the really good team didn't bring their good guys to run a dual meet with us because they were getting ready for another meet, and then we beat them. This T.C. Williams, remember the Titans movie? T.C. Williams. But he said afterwards, a win is a win is a win. So
yeah.
Yes, you bet, a win is a win is a win. You bet, things to work on. For BV in the beginning of this half, there 3 failed clears, so they sure could work on that. But we did see, as Joe was saying, some good ball, off-ball movement a little earlier, and yeah, great to see the JV guys get some time, get some scores, get some ground balls, get some action.
Dan, some observations?
I just think the better hand skills for Bella Vista had definitely gave them the advantage. I'd like to have seen Lincoln be a little bit more physical. They had the size. It could have been a different game if they were a little bit more physical earlier on in the game.
If they practice that, and that's their identity, they should maximize it.
So Bella Vista, a couple of tough ones coming up to close out the regular season. They'll take on St. Mary's on Wednesday in Stockton. That will be varsity at 5:30 and junior varsity at 5:30 and varsity at 7. And then on Friday, the regular season finale against Christian Brothers, the varsity at 5:30, the JV at 5:30. It's too cold out here. My mouth isn't working right.
The wind's picking up.
JV at 5:30, varsity at 7, and senior night activities in between games to honor the 5 or 6 seniors on the Bella Vista roster. So, and we will next be back with you on Friday for our final regular season live stream of the season. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Our camera operator this evening, Julie Tharlson, for David Houseworth, and for Daniel Posehn, I'm George Tharlson. 15-4, Bella Vista wins it. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.